Welcome to the Fashion Department, a podcast that will explore the world of fashion and how it informs all aspects of life, from dress and lifestyle to food and travel. And now, let me introduce you to your fabulous host, Tina Bercoli, a Greenwich, Connecticut-based wardrobe stylist and radio show personality with over 20 years in the fashion industry. Tina will share her take on style, trends, the business of fashion, and on being grateful. And now, here's your host.
Hello, fabulous friends. Welcome to the Fashion Department. Well, all good things must come to an end, including this podcast. Not an end for good, just an end for the season. So this is one of two. We have a couple more after this episode, so be sure and listen. We're wrapping up season 1, and then we will be back, though, for season 2 in mid to end February. So be sure and come back and listen. If you've been listening all along, thank you. Thank you to all the followers and the subscribers and all of the comments I want to say. So who better than to join me in studio today, which I'm very excited about, is my good dear friend, Cole Clemens, stylist, influencer, co-host, fashionista, all the things. Cole Clemens, welcome back to the Fashion Department.
Thank you for having me.
Yay.
I'm so excited.
I know, so excited. So we started the podcast together. We started the pod. You came and joined me for episode, I think it was 1 and 3.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought it's appropriate that you're back to wrap up season 1 in the Fashion Department.
Why, thank you.
Yes, I'm excited. So a great show for you today. We've got Gucci, Pucci, Balenciaga, Oh My. Very excited. And I thought we'll just kick things off with hot topics. Drama in the fashion world is happening.
Oof.
Right?
Oof.
All right, let's first talk about Kim K. Okay, Balenciaga,
Mm-hmm.
Kim K.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's talk about that. So for those of you that don't know, so Balenciaga is pretty much in the hot seat right now. So they've had some very, very controversial ads. Including, I don't even want to get into it because it's a little sickening to talk about, but it's involving children and inappropriate things.
Mm-hmm.
Those ads have been pulled. Of course, they're suing and basically seeking, I believe it's $25 million in damages from the production company that was behind the ad campaign.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I think they're just pointing the finger. I'm sorry, but somebody had to approve all that.
Mm-hmm.
Kim K is linked with them because she has been doing a collaboration,
Yes.
I believe. So
And also wears Balenciaga
and
head to toe
wears
all
it
the
head
time.
to toe.
Yes.
Side note, can I just say this? I know this is oh yeah, right, Tina, hindsight's 2020, but I'm going to say it. I never really liked the brand. And when she started wearing it more and more, sometimes I like her fashion choices. I mean, she's great. She's beautiful. And other times I'm like, no, it's a hard, someone stop her. Forget about Yay, whatever his name is. Someone stop her. And other times I'm like, that's great. Go with that. Keep it going, But I think I'm sure it's really hard to always, come up with something new. And when you're in the public eye and blah, blah, blah. But I wasn't feeling Balenciaga from day one. So this happening for me is wow, crossed off my list. I don't own any Balenciaga. It's not my style. So what are your thoughts on all of the drama? First of all, do you think she should stop the collaboration or continue on?
I think she should stop, especially since this is exploiting, well, I hate to bring it up, but children. It's just not great. It doesn't look great for her image.
And she has 4 children.
And she has 4 children.
Yeah.
And I know that she definitely is probably a great mother. And so that's got to be a hard situation to be in.
Yeah.
I would say pull out.
Agree. I don't think I think it's a no-brainer. I know it's easy for me to sit here and say that. I'm sure there's lots of contracts and money and all this other things involved. But I think the decision would be simple. Maybe the process might not be, but you're just talking about your children. And and here's the other thing. I thought more along the lines of why would Balenciaga do this? It's purely speculation and just my opinion, which really means nothing. But it's almost like the little kid that keeps doing stuff to see if they can get away with it and to see if they can get attention. That's what it reminds me of. Well, let's see how far we can push the limit,
Yeah, absolutely.
And shock and awe, and no one said, and it's kind of if, let's say, you continue to buy their stuff, it's almost like you're approving this behavior because you're not saying anything. It's almost, you know what I mean? So I don't know. I don't love it. I just feel yeah, this is all the rage, like this topic and what's happening. But at the end of the day, it's fashion. It really shouldn't be this difficult.
Well, it's like the boundaries of provocation within art. I mean, what's far and what's not too far. It's like, like which boundaries should we not cross?
Right. And don't you think it's common sense? Like children, anything to do with anything that they're promoting, like the, I just think it should be off limits unless you're portraying them in a childlike, innocent way, which is what they are, and that's not how they were promoting.
And I think
them.
like the Kering group is going after like, I guess maybe, I don't know if it's assistants or some of the artistic directors that place like articles, like the Supreme Court document that had detailed one of these Supreme Court verse, blah, blah, blah about. Like in the backgrounds and stuff like that. And they're like, well, we didn't do it. We had no knowledge that this was being done until, I mean, you know what I mean? It's like.
Yeah. So it's a hot topic. It's a little more serious one. I'd like to keep things light here, but I felt like we needed to give it a little bit of airtime just to chat about it because, who knows where this is going to go. We're talking about this now. Next season, we might be, telling a different story, hopefully a better one. And, maybe I'll start to like Balenciaga for the clothes.
We'll see. We'll see.
But it's interesting enough. In 2021, $1.8 billion they had generated. So
weren't they like right behind Gucci?
Behind Gucci, yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Which, nice segue. Let's talk Gucci. Let's get right into it. So Gucci has parted ways with their creative director, Alessandro Michele. And I mean, this guy was basically icon status.
It was like Tom Ford of this generation.
Exactly.
Or this era.
What he had done for Gucci is unbelievable. I read something like between 2015 and 2019, Gucci had the most successful turnaround in the history. Some people didn't love his fashion. I'll say this. Did I love his designs? Yes and no. Yes, because I like how he pulled from the archives and then made it his own. And it was lots of layered things. No, do I think it was a bit of a circus? Yeah, absolutely. But I like the circus. So for me, I think it was, a mixed thing. However, I did feel like the past few seasons we were starting to see the same circus.
Yes.
It was still a circus.
Yes.
And I'm like, well, now I want to see something totally different. Like, and I'm speaking about the runway show specifically. Yeah. Because I think I love all the people that he included in the shows. I love what he did. And I think it's great inspiration. People would say, oh my gosh, it was really wild. It was really crazy. Yes, but it was a show that was for entertainment purposes and kind of to give you a little bit of a glimpse into his vision. Yeah. So.
Because he included like a lot of like what typically would be the audience in the show. Like a lot of the celebrities were actually walking half of the time. Right. Or
Harry
whomever.
Styles.
Yeah. Oh gosh, don't get me started.
Gwyneth Paltrow in the velour suit. That she wore once upon a time. That's what I mean. I like that he took the archives, brought it forward, and made it current. And here's my last thought on this. Whoever they get to replace him has a beyond, forget about numbers, like, oh, they have to try and make, generate more money. Think about what he's done. How are they going to top that? I'm not sure.
Well, not just that, just the lineage within itself. I mean, Tom Ford, Alessandro Michele, and then who? Better be the Holy Trinity. You better balance it out.
The Pope, start designing.
Ooh, maybe.
Start designing, Pope. I don't know. That's what I mean. It's going to be like not big shoes to fill isn't even, I feel like that's an understatement because it's really about taking, they're all about layering and using archives.
Absolutely.
To current, but then making it fresh and new.
Yes.
So what are your thoughts on why? Do you have any, no one's saying anything.
Nobody's saying anything, but, his statement was very, it was subtle and very appreciative, but also like the subliminal messaging.
Yes.
Because I think that one thing that we can take away is that there was artistic differences. I don't think that he wanted to compromise. Right. And he has this vision like any true artist. Yeah. It's ironclad. Yeah. And we're going to go this way. And then you have the business aspect. Right. I mean, you are a creative director under the Kering umbrella. Yeah. This is a business and they want revenue. They want the same profits that you were doing within the first 2 years, which was astronomical, billions. Right. But then it started to dwindle down at the end of 2017, 2018. I think it's like the machine. Yes. They want it to be constantly fueled, but then they forget about the artist, and the artist wants to go one way and the business wants to go another. And I think there was a bifurcation. I think it was split. And I think that was it. It's like, thank you for your time. Thank you for your time. Let's like leave on a great note.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm going to continue this way and you're going to continue that way.
Right. Because just what you said, at the end of the day, it's a business.
Yeah.
And so that must be hard. It's kind of like, be creative, be new, bring new freshness, be inventive, but stay within this realm. It's like, how do you do that? Because I believe eventually it catches up with everyone, every really creative artist that's under a bigger umbrella. You know what I mean? And I understand, not to say they were controlling, they're just operating the numbers part of it, the business part of it. So I feel like that's such a heavy, there's got to be a bridge, between artist and, the business end of it. Artist
and parameters. Yeah. I mean, that's just.
Yeah. How do you make that work?
Yeah.
It seems like all the design houses in the past few years, it's like trading seats, right? It's like musical chairs. This one left there, that one left there. This one's here for a year, that one's there for 2 years.
Absolutely.
I can't keep up
There's
anymore.
a lot of that going on besides Balenciaga and Gucci. I mean, there's a lot.
I know. So we'll see what's going to happen with Gucci. And also, I read somewhere that Gucci, although it was a little slower during the pandemic to get back up, after the pandemic to get back up to pre-pandemic numbers, once it did, it like blew everyone's doors in. I mean, it really was making the most money and really, way far ahead of every other brand, every other house.
Yeah.
So be interesting to see where we go.
Yeah.
And I think the other thing, one last thing, a lot of people don't realize how influential Gucci has been recently. I mean, they've always been, but more recently. You could say, well, I don't shop Gucci. That's not my wardrobe or my budget. But you do.
Absolutely.
Like the old little saying, the scene from The Devil Wears Prada, if you're buying something at H&M, it's been influenced by somebody. And there's a good chance it was Gucci.
Absolutely.
Or it could have been another designer. It's just filtered down through, and then you're buying it either secondhand or in a discount store or a regular store, or maybe it's a contemporary fashion. It's influenced by, the higher design gods.
Absolutely.
Base. So we shall see. All right, switching gears a little bit, I wanted to talk about Vestiaire Collective. You know about this?
No, tell me.
So Vestiaire Collective is it's an online, it's an app. It's an online marketplace where there's pre-loved merch you can buy and you can sell it.
Got it.
And they recently merged with, oh my gosh, I think, was it not Farfetch? It'll come to me. What they're doing, they're basically they're banning any fast fashion.
Okay.
So, I mean, it'll take some time. Obviously, if someone was selling fast fashion, fine. But I think going forward, they're not going to sell any. And it's great. It was founded in 2009. And, I love it. It pulls from all around the world, which is what I love. Like, you could sell something in India.
So it's like a Farfetch.
It's like a Farfetch, but bigger and better, I feel. Yeah. Okay. And then basically, so if you were selling something, you'd take pictures, you'd send it in to them, or you'd post it maybe. I don't buy or sell on there, but I look on it constantly, and I'm kind of perusing through. Maybe I think I did buy something from there a few years ago. And then if someone buys it, your item then gets sent to their headquarters so they can authenticate it.
Okay.
So everything is authenticated.
Love this.
And then it gets shipped, I think, or maybe beforehand that it does that. And then they send you a label, and then off it goes to the buyer. Yeah. But it's really good. And my take on all of it is like, I love this whole way of, it's kind of like upcycling and this whole circle of fashion. And I'm glad they're going to ban fast fashion. I think there's a small place for it. I just don't think it should play as big a role in where it is. You know what I mean? I don't know what your thoughts on that. And let me be clear for anyone that's listening, you say fast fashion. This is like fashion that's like really inexpensive to make, really inexpensive to buy. It doesn't last. It's probably made somewhere it shouldn't be. It's probably made by, a 5-year-old child that's getting paid nothing, or, breaking some sort of all different kind of laws. And that's what makes it fast fashion. I mean, we could do a whole show on this. It's a lot more than just like how it's made. It's like where it's made, who's making it, equality and all that stuff. So this is a big, broad topic that I'm kind of just, summarizing quickly. So it's it's best that it is banned, I think, but I understand that it also is going to take time because some places, like, for example, H&M, that would be considered fast fashion.
Yes.
They might have checked all the boxes, like, we don't do this, we don't do that. This is where it's manufactured. We know where it comes from and who's making it and how they're making it. But there might be one little piece that makes it not eco-friendly. Like, they might be shipping in boxes that are, I don't know, I'm just using a random, and then suddenly that makes them fast fashion. So I'm just being clear on what exactly it is. It's not a black and white line, I think, when someone says fast fashion. It doesn't mean that it was, made whatever. So, and then speaking of H&M, like, they have a line, it's called the Conscious Collection.
Okay.
And that is 100% more authentic, and that is they're eco-conscious, and they're trying to be more, using like upcycled pieces or recycled pieces or whatever. So they're I think their goal is for in a few years to be on 100%, eco-friendly.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah. So
just learned something.
Yeah. But I don't know. What is your thought on that whole, like, for me, upcycling is the way.
Well, it's like us and vintage shopping, isn't it?
Yes.
I mean, it's the best type of shopping that, are things that are left without a home to find a new home again.
That has a new life.
Yeah, that has new life, and it's been around and it's not getting rid of. And this whole upcycling, recycling thing.
Yeah.
I mean, the fashion industry, I think I read it was like the second largest industry of pollution.
Yes.
And that's where this whole surgence of the upcycling, recycling system came about, because of how much waste there was.
Exactly.
That could be a whole segment. But I'm so for it. And like, I keep a lot of things from years ago.
Absolutely.
And just like switch them in and out and do a whole high and low thing within my own closet, within new items that I procure. So I'm all about not wasting as much, because I know that we do that a lot.
Yeah. I mean, listen, I think probably people in the fashion industry are the people that do it the most.
Yeah.
I know I used to. I've become way more conscious of it. And by the way, upcycling, let's clarify that a little bit. Upcycling is really just reusing something in a new way. So it could be as simple as you're taking an old jacket and changing the buttons. Yes. That's upcycling. That's a very simple form of it, but that's upcycling. You're just reusing something, changing one detail. You want to get creative. I mean, I recently bought, it's a concert tee that was vintage concert tee. So it's recycling. And then the sleeves have these like chainmail sequin sleeves. So they chopped off the t-shirt sleeves and added this like chainmail sleeve to it. That's upcycling. Now, I didn't do that, but someone did it, and then I bought it because I thought it looked so cool, and it gave that vintage tee another life. They added the chainmail, whatever, or rhinestones. I mean, really changing it in any way and giving it new life. That's upcycling. And you can take that as far as you want. And I feel like there are companies or brands that are now doing that.
Yes.
They're kind of upcycling things. They're using new materials. Let's be clear.
And repurposing.
Yeah. They're not buying vintage. They're kind of upcycling, repurposing things, and it's newer fabrics or whatever, but they are kind of upcycling things. So
absolutely.
Yeah, I love it. Love it. All right, well, let's shift gears a little bit. Let's talk trendy.
Ooh.
So party season is here, and I feel like I want to say, not just because it's the holidays, but party season meaning no more sweats. Hashtag hang up the sweats. Like, for me, party season is all year round. It's not just during like, Christmas, New Year's, all that stuff. It's all year. My favorite thing is when a client says to me, well, I love that dress, but where would I wear that? No, not where will you wear it? Where won't you wear it?
To the grocery store.
And I always say, like, you'll find somewhere. You'll make, it's kind of like, it's true, right? You'll say, like, I mean, how many times have you thought that too? I've even done it. Like, all right, where am I wearing that? But I don't mean when, like, it's just a matter of time. It's like, what event am I wearing this to? And clients will say to me, like, oh, I don't know. That's too fancy. I'm like, no such thing, first of all. No such thing. You've got to find the right thing for the right events. Sure, I get that to some degree. But find the event.
Yes, honey. Give your own house a show and clean in something fabulous.
I always say, listen, worst case, it's for my clients anyway. These are, primarily lovely ladies that are, 40 plus. So, married, sometimes empty nesters. Sometimes they have lots of glamorous events to go to. And sometimes they're just kind of more simple. They go to work and they come. And I'll say, then you make dinner reservations at the fanciest restaurant that you would like to go to.
This is so you.
And it is, right? No, and I do say this. And you have a date night and you send the invite to your husband. You don't ask. You just say, here's the invite, love. We're going out because I'm wearing this dress. I mean, really, you have to wear the clothes. Listen, at the end of the day, all joking aside, if you're going to spend the money, you got to wear it, right? Because then I would be kind of, going against what I'm saying. So, right? And be like, oh, yeah, buy it and don't wear it. No. So
very Sarah Jessica Parker in Sex and the City, the movie too. She gives it to Mr. Big. Drink up, we're going out.
Absolutely. Oh, listen, that's another show. How much can I relate to that character is on another level. But anyway, so party season's here. Let's talk about what's hot. And, for this particular season, what I love about this, I will say everything that I have listed is nothing new.
Okay.
It's stuff that's been around. It's just kind of, when I talk about trends, I always say trends are just something to... they're in the foreground, they'll fall back. They'll be in the background sometimes. And when they move forward and they become more noticeable, they just become more accessible. And that's what makes something trendy. Besides the obvious that it becomes everywhere, it becomes more accessible. So it doesn't mean you have to run out and buy just that. It just means you got to shop your closet.
Yeah.
And it's just like, hey, well, if sequins are trendy, then okay, sequins are going to be everywhere. So they become more accessible. And I think that's the important thing to remember. So here's first on my list is skirt sets.
Ooh.
Yes. Skirt sets.
That's not...
the win. What? That's not what?
That was so unpredictable. I didn't know that was the first thing you were going to say.
I love that I shock you.
Curveball.
Cole and I have been friends for, 10 years, maybe, right? 10 plus.
It's our anniversary.
It's almost, yeah. And I love when I can shock him because I usually can't.
Oh my gosh.
So skirt sets, let me explain. It's basically like a top and a bottom piece that match, but obviously it's a skirt and either a jacket or an actual top. It could be cropped, it could be full length. Okay, let me paint the picture. Think Legally Blonde. Okay. What's her name? Reese Witherspoon character. Think how she, I know she wore everything pink, but think how she always had like kind of Chanel looking top and bottom.
Got you.
Tweed top matching. Think that.
Okay.
So skirt set.
Or like Sharon Clueless, like plaid.
Yes. Okay. Yes. But it's a top and a bottom that is matching.
Got it.
Comes as a set.
Love it.
Love it is right.
Love it is right.
Skirt sets for the win. Go ahead. What do you got?
I don't think I can match skirt sets. That's brilliant. I just thought wardrobe must-haves like for the holiday season. Anything with velvet is like such bestow my heart. Like a great like high-waisted velvet wide leg trouser.
Okay.
I have my eye on this Tom Ford one that costs $1 million.
And you'll sell your soul to get it, won't you?
I will. It all, darling. It all. Or a fitted velvet blazer. I know you look great in that. Obsessed with that. Anything velvet. Or it could be a little velvet accessory. It could be a velvet shoe.
Yeah.
I'm obsessed with velvet.
Yes. Agree. I also have sequins is on my list. As I'm wearing today.
Oh, you look great.
Maxi dresses. Again, nothing new, but I love the length. I also have a maxi skirt on today. Love it. I wear this skirt 4 seasons a year because in the winter when it's super cold, you just put on tights underneath and wear a pair of boots. Wintertime, it's flowy, it's easy. A maxi skirt is, and you can like eat or drink as much as you want, just hiding the tummy. I don't know, I just feel like it also looks so elegant, especially like this one happens to be pleated.
Yes.
It's kind of flowy. Love.
Maxi and mid-axi.
What
it's like a
mid-axi?
Yeah, I just had to look it up. It's like a new thing.
Do tell.
Mid-axi. It's like, it has the flow of a maxi, but it's a little bit shorter. It's above the ankle, I should say.
So midi.
Mid-axi.
What's a midi then? M-I-D-I. Midi.
M-I-D-I. So it's like mid. It's like above the ankle. That's what they call it. It's like not quite long maxi, and it's like a mid.
So we have maxi, midi, and mid-axi, and mini?
Yeah.
Is this what you're telling me?
Yeah.
Okay. You heard it here first.
Yeah.
On the Fashion Department.
Yeah.
This is new news to me.
My eyes lit up.
I'm gonna have to fact check this.
It was everywhere. I was like, what is this?
Mid-axie. Someone was a little too many Aperol spritzes and was trying to say midi and was trying to say maxi, and they came out with that and they said, let's go with it.
They spiked the cocoa, honey.
All right. Okay. All right. I also have on my list party season must-haves. Satin, anything satin. I feel like that complements the velvet, right? Isn't that good? It's the shiny and it's the deep plushy.
Or silk and velvet or satin. Yeah.
I also have feathers.
Ooh.
Feathers back in a big way. I'm going to talk a little bit later about that. And then I have colored gemstones. I've been seeing a lot of that.
That was my last one.
Which I love too, right?
Yep.
In jewelry, in accessories, handbags, a lot of like hair pins and stuff. A lot of colored gemstones. So.
And on top of sequins, I was also going to say metallic. I saw like a lot of like, like chrome, like silver for the holidays and gold, obviously.
So what are you loving? In this moment, what are you loving?
In holiday season?
Yeah. Besides the velvet. We got you on that.
I love metallic. If I could find like a really cool metallic suit, I would do it. I haven't found one quite yet, but I love chrome and I love silver.
Yeah.
I'm obsessed with that shiny.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be like pailleted. It could be just a bold, like, I don't know, something.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm loving a couple things. Colored satin. I mentioned satin before, but I say colored because often satin, especially for the holiday season, it's black. It's always like black satin. And I get that because it's very holiday-ish and it's very formal.
Yes.
But colored satin, I feel like you could work into day wear.
Absolutely.
So I have a fuchsia satin jacket that I wear with jeans.
Okay.
T-shirt and jeans.
Love.
Easy peasy. If I wanted to take it up a notch, I could. I could just throw on a little cami underneath, maybe close it, button it, and belt it. Or maybe wear a mid-axie with it or something. But this colored satin I'm loving right now. I feel like it's a little more cash, but yet it gives that twist.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, it's really...
Or like even like a silk pajama set in a jewel tone that I could then throw a blazer over and walk out with a sneaker.
Yeah.
To do like a transitional moment that's easy.
Yeah.
From like day to night. Like that, I'm all about that too.
I like
Comfort
that.
and chic.
I like that. You said so silk pajama set. So this is kind of been around for a few seasons now. And a lot of people are still afraid of it. They're like, I don't know how to wear that. I get it. It's not the easiest. I think it's one of the chicest and the most comfortable, but not the easiest.
Not the easiest.
Yeah. But you're right. So you said throw a blazer over it.
Yeah.
Wear it with sneakers.
Yeah.
Right. I'm thinking like platform sneakers. I'm thinking like a Stella McCartney creeper. And then I like the blazer over it. That's a great idea because you're kind of jazzing it up. I also like separating it and wearing a silk pajama top with jeans and doing a little half tuck.
Love.
Yeah. And then you can wear like a high heel or something.
Bam.
Or the pants. I often will wear silk pajama pants. They're not real pajamas, people.
Yes.
But they're pajama-like. It's the trend. I'll wear that with a t-shirt or a tank top and a pair of platform sneakers when I'm traveling.
Oh, I love that.
Because it's very comfortable for the plane.
Yeah, vintage tee.
Yeah.
It.
Very comfortable.
Yes.
All right. And so what's your one must-have for this holiday season?
It's always going to be a great coat.
Yeah.
It could be fur, faux, or real.
Yeah.
Still like both.
Colored or neutral?
It could be neutral or colored.
Okay.
You know that there's like that dopamine color splashing trend that's like, on the horizon where it's like, colors here to stay. So it could be a color.
Yeah. Well, it's good because after we've gone through so many seasons of neutral.
So many.
Beige. Thank you, Kardashians.
House of the beige, honey.
Nothing wrong with beige, but we like color here.
Yes, we do.
Okay, so mine, let's see, one must have. I'm going to say something with a little sparkle.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't have to be sequins, but I think sparkle, guys or girls, if I've had people say to me, well, I don't do sequins. I understand that. It's a lot, and it reflects light, so it's really a lot. So do just a little shimmer. It could be a nail polish. It could be a clutch. It could be a little something on your shoe. It could be in a bow tie. It could be in a pocket square. Just something with a little shimmer. Could be like metallic threads running through it, where it's not like, oh, that's shiny. It's just like when the light hits it, there's a little kind of like a highlight on it.
I like this.
Yeah.
Little zhuzh.
A little zhuzh. We like it. All right, so it's game time.
Oh. Second curveball.
I love a game. All right, so we're going to play rapid fire.
Okay,
so you got to play this right now, okay? Because other guests we won't name her, a certain stylist from Dallas, was thinking too long. And I'm like, come on, it's rapid fire. You got to say first thing that comes to mind. And I'm giving you an either or an or, okay? So I'm feeding you this. You just, first thing that comes to mind, and it doesn't have to be about you or about me. It's just first thing, okay?
Okay, gut. My gut.
His hand is on the button.
I was about to go for the coffee because I'm like, oh my God, I need liquid courage. But
no. You got this. Okay, here we go. Turquoise or fuchsia?
Fuchsia.
Pumps or wedges?
Oh, pumps.
I knew you were going to say that. A suit or jeans?
A suit.
No lagging. Boots or sneakers?
Sneakers.
Oh, I thought you were going to say boots. Gucci or McQueen?
McQueen.
I knew you would say that. Gold or silver?
I'm going to say silver.
Okay. Yellow or green?
Green.
Oh, I thought you might go with yellow.
Bow
tie or pocket square?
Oh, pocket square. I'm not the biggest bow tie fan.
Okay. Leather or fur?
Gosh, leather.
He doesn't want to choose. Crossbody or backpack?
Crossbody.
Okay. Sweats or jeans?
Jeans.
Varsity jacket or moto jacket?
Moto jacket.
And martini or Aperol spritz?
Martini down.
Yes, high five.
Make it dirty, baby.
Make it dirty. Filthy. We love it.
Some of those were like close calls. My gut was saying something and I'm like, no, say the other thing.
That's the point of rapid fire. You just got to go with it.
Gosh.
I have to say, on the yellow or green, I was like, he'll say green. And I'm like, no, he loves himself a yellow python anything.
Yes, I do.
You do.
But green is my favorite color and I can't quit it.
You can't quit it?
Yeah, I can't quit it.
Unless it's orange shoes, orange sneakers.
That's a happy color. Yeah, these are really tough decisions.
You know
people.
What I'm referring to.
Yes,
though, right?
yes, I do.
Okay.
Gucci.
For those of you that didn't listen to, I think it was our first episode. We'll review this little story. Many years ago, Cole used to live in Los Angeles. That's actually where I met him many years ago. I was in town. I don't know if I was on a styling job or I was there for whatever. I was there. We have a mutual friend. Now, we're already friends for a little bit of time now, and we decided, the three of us, Cole, myself, and our other friend, decided to meet for a cocktail. You know, I think it might have been a Friday afternoon. We were ready to hit happy hour. So this other girl that's our friend, she and I were waiting for Cole at a fabulous hotel, but sitting outside. So we're in LA, so it's warm. I think it was the Regency Beverly Wilshire. The Beverly Wilshire.
Yes.
Beverly Wilshire Hotel.
Yes.
On Wilshire Boulevard. Famous, the Pretty Woman Hotel, for those of you that don't know. So we're sitting outside at a table having lovely cocktails. Cole is running late. He's notorious to run late. And I am nearsighted, so I can't see more than 6 feet in front of me. But I turn my head and I see a person running down the street, and I can't make out the person, but I see these bright orange high top sneakers, and I mean bright. And I looked at my girlfriend and I said, "Here comes Cole." And sure enough, it was. And you said you had those sneakers. Like, did you repaint them?
Yes, Leather Spa did that.
Leather Spa did it.
I couldn't let them go.
You were upcycling.
I was upcycling. Yeah.
And where did you get those?
I got those at Gregory's, which was in Fred Siegel. The Gucci's.
They were Gucci.
Yeah, and then I had them re-spray paint the same color at Leather Spa.
How long did you have them?
Oh God, I had them for years.
You did.
And then I had them re-spray painted, and then after a year, like the color faded, and then I was like, I really have to give these away. I think I donated them.
Oh, rip.
Yeah,
rip the Gucci.
But these are close calls. I mean, green, orange, red, favorites.
Yes, love it. All right, that's going to do it for this episode of The Fashion Department. Cole, thank you for joining me once again.
Thank you for having me.
And you're going to be back for our very, very last episode of this season, so you don't want to miss it. Stay tuned. Thanks for joining me in The Fashion Department. We'll see you soon. Thanks for joining me in The Fashion Department. Be sure to subscribe so you never miss an episode. For more inspiration and fashion content, check out my website and follow along on Instagram @wardrobe_envy. And a special thanks to the Factory Underground Studio for recording and producing this show. See you next time.